Emily, what have we gotten ourselves into? What have we committed to now that our summer house days are over? What did we just spend 50 minutes watching?
Trash, and not even good trash.
No, I watch a lot of trash. Okay. Me and Nolan are talking about McBee Dynasty.
Sorry.
And yes, that shit's trash as hell. But nothing happened, hello, everyone. This is But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio. We are talking about In the City, Season 1, Episode 7. You only get married twice, which is a misnomer because this is number 3. This is 3 for Nick and Yvonne.
True.
I mean,
to be fair, this is the party after their legal ceremony.
Well,
when the rest of the world gets married, typically you do have you have a ceremony and then you do have a reception. So this is like their reception, but it's their second reception.
Exactly. They already had one, like a big giant one in Mexico, and now,
yeah.
But what is really ringing hard for me on this particular show is that the amount of effort and the hard work that they're going through to produce a show. There's enough happening that they don't have to force it.
Are they though? This is kind of like one of my beefs right now. Like, I'm actually a little bit like thinking about breaking up with Bravo. Like we're
How dare you get out?
We might be going on a break.
Girl, listen, you watch 2 episodes of McBee Dynasty, you'll change your tune.
I just feel like they're getting like lazy or complacent or maybe stretched too thin.
Okay, so I agree with you in the lazy department. I think that they thought that the summer house explosion was going to carry them much further. I do not believe they estimated correctly that In the City could stand on its own, because it's not. It is very much floundering without that summer house lead-in. We are not learning anything. These people are not compelling. There is no situation in which we spend enough time. As a matter of fact, I said this to you before we started. I got kind of motion sickness. Like, we're bouncing around, we're going here, and then we're like left turns, and then we're changing focus. Like, and I almost wonder, are they trying to wrap the season up quickly and neatly? And so they're speeding through.
Next week. So we know we've got at least one more episode. And trips usually, in my previous history of watching, I feel like usually turn into 2 episodes.
Okay. Well, I said this to you too. Full disclosure, I had to fast forward the last 5 minutes. It didn't matter to me. So
right. You missed it. Okay. So
at
the very end, after there's been like 17 hours of fighting at Yvonne and Nick's.
I mean, I have some feelings about Yvonne too, but I'll get to it.
All right, we're going to start at the end, and then we'll just have to back.
Yeah, it's fine, because it's fine.
Yeah. So Kenny and Lindsay, on their little night where they met up and had like bonding time and drinks and stuff and dinner and whatever.
Rolls eyes forever.
That in a minute. But when they did that, apparently they discussed that it would be like that they were, I guess, kind of like laughing about how unlikely it was that they sort of like were maybe becoming buddies a little bit and like bearing stuff, and then that they should host something together. And she was like, we should host a Friendsgiving together. And he was like, we should host a trip together. And then he was like, actually, let's do a Friendsgiving trip. So the whole gang is invited to go to Connecticut next week.
Connecticut?
Yeah. Yeah, that's some real upper class white people shit.
Listen, they got Beverly Hills Housewives going to Belgium and Tokyo and Ireland, and they're sending these fuckers to Connecticut. Come on, In the City.
It's some real vanilla pudding stuff.
It's wasp. It's so waspy.
Yeah, it's very waspy. But I mean, the funniest part about that though is that they announce it at the end, and Yvonne's like, Oh, you're planning an event? Oh, well, we'll 100% be there. And thank you so much for all your hard work planning an event. And Lindsay's like, yeah. And Yvonne's like, nah, bitch, I'm pissed off. Like, you have just hijacked my entire wedding night, and I'm pissed. And she goes, we'll discuss it and we'll think about whether we can come. Now, Come on.
Girl, you know you're coming. I know. You know you're coming. Shut up.
Coming, but I appreciated that little bit of fire from Yvonne there because they really were assholes. And this leads me to one of my other questions.
Okay.
Are these people so fucked up by the end of this wedding reception because they've been doing shots and I keep seeing people disappearing and go to the bar and stuff that they just literally cannot drop this whole fight situation that evolved? Or do they just have no manners whatsoever? Like, have they? And so, I do not love, she was not my favorite cast member, but R.I.P. Ladies of London.
Oh my God.
Back for a second season. Poor choice, Bravo. Another reason.
Yes.
We're about to be on a break.
Oh no. Emily's breaking up with Bravo. How dare you?
I have a lot to say about these people's etiquette at this wedding reception.
And funny enough, this restaurant that they're at, Dilly Dilly, was close to where Carla and I stayed. Like, we walked by it every day. And just the fact that these folks are dressed so beautifully, they are at this beautifully appointed table, and they are screaming at each other about things that we have litigated and relitigated and trodden over. And do they think that they are entertaining us? Do they perceive that the audience wants to see this nonsense?
Well, now, see, this is what I'm saying. This was actually one of the first times that I was actually a little bit entertained this season because it did have that original, like, kind of, well, maybe not original, but like early to mid Real Housewives kind of flair. Like, able to get flipped at any moment kind of situation.
Yes, except.
However, I'm annoyed with it.
Me too.
Starts because it's Kyle and Trashmanda, which is her official name from now on.
Okay, Trashmanda.
So it's Kyle and Trashmanda hashing out their same old shit in front of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody fucking cares. All right, just take the streets. Yvonne, like, multiple times is like, okay, well, this is my wedding. Maybe let's circle back. Maybe let's have a happier, whatever.
I didn't care for her doing that. I didn't care for her being like, what about me? What about me? Is this my wedding? Oh my God. I didn't care for that. Like, girl, you knew what the fuck you signed up for. Bravo was paying for this whole fucking shit. Toe the line.
So I will say, I don't know. She is not my favorite cast member this season at all. I find her frustrating. I find her to be very pick me and, like, I'm Lindsay's best friend, kind of thing or whatever. However, I do have some sympathy for her here because she was the fucking bride. She did plan the evening. This was supposed to be her wedding reception. So, I mean, like, imagine, a couple of years ago, if we had all just started, like, throwing wine across the tables and, like.
Yeah, Carla would have left. She would have been like, no, thank you. I'm going home. I can't handle it. Like,
or if, like, if two of your friends had, there probably were some minor little, like, friend drama things that night that you may or may not have known about. But, like,
we'll talk about that off air. I need to know more about that.
It wasn't like a 12-person dinner party where everybody just started airing all their dirty laundry and then Danielle and Trashmanda and Lindsay get into their whole triangulation and Owen's trying to defend Danielle over here.
Yeah.
And Gavin's over here just stirring the fucking pot.
What is this man? So listen, oh, by the way, everyone, I am Sundi, pop culture professor, self-proclaimed expert on all things pop culture, self-proclaimed, heavy on the self-proclaimed. This is Emily. If this was Jeff's head would be exploding by now. You know how he hates it when we do this.
Wait to see him on Thursday and get his from this episode.
He's been like, but I do want to talk a little bit about some of the fashion later because there was like a lot of hay was made about Danielle's dress, which Danielle, I have said she is not my favorite, but she kept coming up throughout the episode in one way or another. And Gavin, he is just grating to me. I thought I was going to like him. I thought that he was going to be a fun addition. I thought he was going to be a fun foil to Kenny. And now it's like, sir, why are you participating in this way? Especially after Yvonne keeps trying to reel it back. And he goes in again and she tries to reel it back. And even, I think there was even a pounding of the table in which Nick tried to get everybody back on board. I don't know. Let's,
No, Gavin is super annoying. And I made a note of that too.
yeah.
In fact, he's gonna hear about it from me in a little while too.
Yeah.
I just feel like he is one of those, like, he just has to, like, he just needs to poke and instigate, you know?
Right.
He's the worst kind because he pokes and he instigates and he says these little, like, smart ass, like, you know, kind of comments, you know, backhanded compliment type things. And then when people respond to the poking and react, he's like, oh, what? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know anybody was going to respond like that. Oh, why are you getting so worked up? Why are you getting so emotional?
And I think that it bears mentioning that he has a lot to say about everybody else's lives and the things that they've shared. We don't know one thing about this man. That's right. We don't.
I got that note earlier. I'm like,
we don't know one thing about this man. And
know is that he is like an owner or a part owner of the Garrett, which they keep to us all the damn time, which is above a 5 brothers. Okay,
5 guys.
Make this 5 guys. Yeah, like, okay, if you're above a chain restaurant and burger place, this is some chic happening bar.
I did not make it to the Garrett. What did we decide it was in Brooklyn? I can't remember. I did not make it to the Garrett
Village.
Okay, so so we did do a little bit of the Village.
So, you know, like, I love the West Village. The West Village has a great vibe. It always
we didn't quite make it out there,
but like, you're above a chain restaurant, so just
I'll say, so if we want to sort of like, we're not going to do a beat by beat this time, guys, but just because it just is not worth it for us to like do a recap. So Emily and I are just going to react in our real time as we have been doing for this 11 minutes. But I do really enjoy this dynamic of like Lindsay going to boys' night. I think that's that had a lot of potential for us to see her shine. And I'll say this right now. You see Lindsay trying to salvage every fucking scene she's in. When she's there in this particular scene, she's like, let me do a Google. And I'm like, okay, that's a little smart there.
Over, I have to say. Now,
do you say that again?
Salvage or take over? Because I felt like we were real Lindsay forward in this episode in some ways, where she's starting to tip the scale away from her favor. Like, okay, calm down. It is called In the City. You are the biggest draw probably, but it's not the Lindsay show.
Well, so I can see that too. And I'm wondering if maybe she's getting a sense of how boring shit is too. Like maybe she's trying to overcompensate and overcorrect for some shit that she sees because, and you know what though, maybe that's not true because Lindsay has no control over the editing and we have had a lot of beef with the editing, how quickly we move from things. So maybe that's too generous on my part for Lindsay.
I would say at the little mini boys' night at the Garrett, I did find Lindsay very amusing with her little Google skills because, like, this is something that you and I have said for years. If you need the CIA or the FBI, you just need a female friend who knows how to use her phone. Okay, we can find out every single. I mean, when Sundi and I were in our single wild lives and dating, like there was not one factoid that we weren't able to like track down within 48 hours of like.
I said this exact thing. Like later when Danielle is like butthurt and she's got her ass on her shoulders about Lindsay doing a Google. What girlfriends are not Googling some shit? Like what girlfriends are not getting in there and getting in the digital ditch? Because that's just good friends. And
even famous or on TV. And we were out here Googling all these, like, you know, schmo guys that we were going out with. So, I mean, just like that's just some due diligence. Okay?
I do want to like check in with you about this scene after, which also too, Kenny has braids in that scene.
Oh yeah. No.
But then when he shows up in the one-on-one with Lindsay, his braids are gone. Thank goodness.
Oh, they're gone. That was such
that was
fashion misstep.
That was a misstep on his part too.
It was a choice. It was not one you should make again.
Yeah. And you know, maybe he was in between haircut appointments. You know, I don't know. I don't want to speak to people of color's hair. I know I've made some choices whenever I was in between haircuts or hair dyes, but like, no, Kenny, you are not street enough to pull this off. But I want to check in with you about this scene between him and Lindsay and about and this is how I received it. It's almost like neither one of them had to be there. The other two was just talking. Each one was talking into the void. They
Yeah.
were not listening to each other. They were not, checking in on each other's story and connecting. It was like Lindsay was telling her story. Kenny was telling story. And I think that they could have been sitting there by themselves talking to the camera the whole time. So I wanted to check in with you to see how you received that scene when they were in that little booth situation.
Yeah. So I have to say that, I felt like Kenny almost had a little bit of a redemption here.
Me too.
Like, it was so close. He was on
Me
the
too.
edge, but he's just so closed off and robotic that I was like, okay.
Well,
yeah, I think that's what I didn't think about it in the sense that you're describing it, but yes, they were trauma dumping a little.
Yeah, oh, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
But they weren't really it was like, "Oh, here's your trauma, let me one up it." Or here's your trauma,
Yes.
here's my trauma that's exactly like that, let me tell you about it.
Yes, that is exactly how I felt it. But
Now, that being
Kenny
said, I mean, it was
Kenny
I did not know.
dropped a nugget that I feel a little attacked. I just did a TikTok about it where he said, "We are either turning into our parents
Oh,
or we are breaking generational cycles." And of course, inherently in my soul, I know that, but intellectually, we are not really clocking into that. And so to hear this very vapid, stupid reality show
that's
say that out loud to me, I was like, "Oh my God." And I was
that was
like,
the almost redemption moment, right?
yes. And so I cut him a break for this episode. I did. I cut him a break.
Someone been getting some therapy finally? Because that, maybe did Whitney read you a line from a book or something? What,
Yeah. Well, and as parents, our greatest fear is that we're fucking our children up. But the thing is, everybody's fucking their children up. And it's like, are we fucking our children up in the same way that our parents fucked us up? Or are we fucking them up in new and creative and more detrimental ways? And I just
tell you all the time when I was first considering a divorce, in my previous marriage, one of my therapists that I went to at the time, I was talking. I was like, I'm just so afraid, of fucking my kids up basically by getting a divorce. And she was like, look, one of my professors told me one time, you're going to fuck your kids up in some way.
It don't matter what.
You're just going to have to pick which way, And I was like,
yeah,
that's interesting, And so for me, it seemed like the better choice was to leave that relationship and try to work through whatever damage that caused, as opposed to staying in that relationship and letting them follow the patterns that were, unhealthy.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, him pointing that out, especially with him not even being a parent that was,
yeah. Emilie always with the shade. She's like, allegedly, he's not a dad.
That was where I was like, okay, Kenny, maybe there's a little hope for you too. And I did actually appreciate. So here's the one thing I will say. I felt like he did click or check in on Lindsay a little bit with, maybe not check in on, that might be the wrong word, but him saying, hey, look, you're trying to break that generational curse of your relationship that you don't have with your mom. You're obviously trying to do things differently with your daughter. So, good job,
Yeah.
I think that Lindsay probably does not get that enough.
From who would she get it, right? She just spoken to her mom in
with her mom
10 years. And I do remember on Summer House, I think there was one series of episodes where I think she was trying to reconnect with her mother. There was something, I think she has an aunt or something that she's really close to, and maybe the aunt got sick, or there was something that really was the catalyst for her to reach out to her parents or her mom. And she did that. And I remember thinking, oh, this is why Lindsay is the way she is. And she talks a lot about her abandonment issues. And I think you can speak more to it in psychological situations, but I think that really explains a lot of her hard work that she does.
Mhm.
But also, I think it's wildly unfair for her to say that Carl abandoned her and that Turner, which is what her baby daddy's name is, abandoned her. I think that there's still work to do there because
Yeah.
that's not a fair assessment because people break up and I don't perceive, but she's dumping all of that mom stuff onto those relationships. And she seems like a wonderful mom, but if she doesn't sort that out, she's going to dump a lot of that shit on Gemma too.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that was I mean, yeah, that scene was it was interesting. It was, whatever. I mean, I guess that was the most interested in Kenny that I've been this whole like season,
Me too. Me
so
too. We do visit Soft Bar, my old stomping grounds. Just kidding. I was only there once.
and the only reason to talk about it is because my sweet Carl is
It's so
there.
cute. I do wanna shout out Kyle with his, like, ball cap and his slutty little glasses. I'm hot for Kyle, y'all. I hate to say it. I'm hot for Kyle. I find him to be so attractive. It's like the bird with the broken wing at the pet store. You're like, "Obviously, I will nurse this dove back to health." Like,
He
please come.
loves a project.
I do love a project, and he is ripe for the picking. But this theme, so Carl introduced this "Are you in love with her?" theme that comes up again
Yeah.
in the dinner party, which is kind of a big thing. Is this a fair question? I don't really know. I mean,
Are you in love with the person that you're trying to save a marriage with? Yeah, that's a fair question.
well, what I'm saying is though, I think that they're splitting hairs in a way that makes it seem much more negative. After 10 years of someone, like you don't have those inflamed feelings. Like, that those feelings of being so just urgent for them and being in love with them mellow out to something else. And if you have perspective, you can see. Say that again?
That's not necessarily being in love, that
Yeah.
urgency feeling.
Yes.
That's lust and obsession, and that's, like, the beginning stages,
Mhm.
whatever, but, like, I mean, the tall man and I have been together 5 years at the end of
Yeah.
and I would say, as much as he drives me batshit crazy, like, at least
Mhm.
50% of the time, I am still in love with him, and vice
Yeah. And I am very
Are you in love? I would say, yes, I'm in love.
but I think
Not
that
in love sometimes, but I'm in
con
love.
they're conflating these feelings though, because I am also
No,
in love with Carla.
I don't think they are.
Really?
I think Amanda and Kyle very much both understand they are not in love with each other anymore.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
they're too cowardly to be like, "Hey, man, let's just call this DOA, okay? Like, we're donezo. Let's, like, just, part our ways." I don't know if they're cowardly about it or if they thought that, like, maybe it would play better on the show if they
Well,
acted like they were trying to work it out, but they are not in love. They have not been in love with each other
yeah.
while. That does not mean that they don't still somewhere in their little black hearts have some kernels.
Don't you dare talk about my boyfriend Kyle that way.
That's right, they're little black hearts, both of them.
But
They have love for each other, but that is not the same as being in love. Sundi, I love you. I have never
yeah.
been in love with you, Like,
Right. But to that same vein, because we have love for each other and we have respect for each other, like, if some weird thing happened and both of our spouses or both of our partners like vanished off the face of the earth, I feel like we could make a life. Huh?
you wanna Golden Girls it up? I'm all
Yeah, we could make a life together. I mean, I would obviously have to cheat on you constantly.
Oh, you mean as a
But
couple? Like, I just thought like a
yeah, no, and I'm just saying you're right. And
I'm really thinking a Golden Girls situation. Ooh, look,
maybe
taking my shirt off.
I know, we're
Just
getting
kidding.
loud.
Just kidding. I'm downstairs and the boys are out of town, so the AC has been cranked super high for a few days.
Mhm.
It's
I hear
taking
that.
like cool off.
I mean, you're right. I don't know what I'm doing right now by trying to find these threads that are still holding them together. I don't really know because I don't want them
I'm
to be
scared to
together.
break up with Bravo with me. Mhm.
No, I will never break up. I will take Bravo to my you're gonna pry it out of my cold, dead hands. You're gonna put Bravo in my grave with me.
I'm putting Bravo on notice, okay? Like, if they want to continue this relationship, they need to act right.
Well,
okay?
I can't make that promise. But I got a screener for the Real Housewives of Orange County's 20th anniversary. And so I'm going to watch it, and then I will get back to you about my breakup status.
And that leads me right into, I was going to talk about this off air, but we can just chat really
I mean, what else are we going to talk about in this fucking show, Emily?
But what if we do a rewatch of season 1 of The Real Housewives of OC? Kind of like how you
Yes.
have done the vintage Vanderpump.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
season 1
Say less.
is so good. It's so good. Because it was the very first season ever. Yeah, so this was 20 years ago. It was 2006. I went back and looked up the exact dates, which kind of circles back to my original point. Is Bravo starting to shoot themselves in the foot with how spread we've gotten? Because I think they've lost the original thread of what we found fascinating in these shows. At least with this one, like, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, that's hard for me because they are diluted. They are a much more diluted network. And, typically when we think about Bravo, we think about Housewives hands down. And Housewives is such a tentpole of the network. And I watch all of the Housewives. I watch them all. Like, I watch every single franchise. I watch them, even the ones that don't air on Bravo. I even watch the ones on Peacock. Shout out Real Housewives of Miami.
You have this much time in your
Listen,
day
girl.
to all of these trashy shows. Like,
girl, you make time for things you love. But I am saying yes to that. Also, too, y'all, we'll TBD on details. But yes, but I think, and I hate to say this about the show, but I think In the City could be cold. I think the fat could be cold here. I think it's not holding its own. It's if it can be reworked with a Carl, Kyle, Lindsay, Georgina situation in which we see their actual lives, because what have we seen of any of these people's lives?
So that is kind of, I completely agree. Like, I was thinking about that earlier. Okay, this scene where there's like the huge trashy fight at Yvonne and 97th wedding is like the first time that I kind of was laughing and like got like a little more interested and was like shouting at the TV and stuff, And because that was the most juicy housewife-ish scene that we've had really all season.
Yeah.
But I don't need another Housewives. We have done Housewives.
Right.
We've done Housewives of literally every city on the face of the earth, just about.
Watch yourself, ma'am.
Okay, we've done enough Housewives franchises, okay? Make this a different show.
Yeah.
Show us New York. The reason I got interested and excited to do the podcast with you about this new show is I was like, hell yeah, New York, where I lived when I was in my early 20s. Like, I can't wait to see like the scenes, the things that we used to go out and do. These people are like 20s to mid 30s, late 30s for the most part. Kind of like if I had stayed in New York, like, ooh, would that have sort of, are they doing the things that like I would have been doing in the next 5 to 10 years? But no, it's just stupid. It's just dumb. And we don't get enough.
And it's short-sighted. And, we may have called it wrong. I know that you were really poo-poo against Next Gen NYC, but we may have called that wrong. That may have been the show that we should have done, because I obviously watched that show as well. But I think that rings a little bit more true.
But she watches it.
I know, y'all. I got so mixed up today. I'm just like sitting here, just like taking notes on other things. And Emily's like, "Oh my God, you see this dress?" I'm like, "What is it on?" I had to like jump in. It was wild.
Like 45 minutes.
I know. What? Before we move on, I do want to call attention to a couple of lines that Carl says when they're in Soft Bar, and he says two things. One, the world is not going to end if you and Amanda don't work out. And number two, the truth will always come out. And I think that that's such good advice, because when you're in it, it feels like your world is ending and it feels like everything is terrible and it's the worst ever. But that's really good advice, that the world is not going to end. But the thing is, the stakes are zero, because we already know. Speaking of Next Gen, Kyle has been filmed or has been photographed making out with fucking Ava Dash, who is in her early 20s, ma'am. And we know that Kyle obviously has worked out.
When I was in my early 40s, I'd have made out with some early 20s as well. But
Fair. We all went through a hoe stage. Emilie and I both. We won't talk more about it, but just know that we went through a hoe phase after our divorce, which rightfully so.
Sundi, cougar, not hoe, cougar.
Gross. No, I reject that.
Okay, again, though, Bravo, like, I just think that they are, well, okay. Truth nuggets from Carl, yes. Totally agree with both of those. Love those. But yeah, like, part of the problem that I'm having with this show and Summer House and, you know, the other, like, the Bravo shows is that there's too much social media interaction. There's too much, like,
yes, girl.
interaction.
Yes.
Nothing new is happening on any of these
yes.
shows. Bravo is not doing a good job of being aware that their audience already knows everything that is happening.
Right. It's like you have to have a primer.
Stop trying to, like, spoon feed me these lies.
You are so
Amanda
right.
and Kyle are really trying to work things out. Like, we're really hoping that this separation. No, y'all aren't.
No, I know. You are so right. And we have beleaguered this point too. But
all these fucking lies, like, I mean, I just, like, she wrote something. I wrote something down at one point that she said, and I was like, you fucking liar. Oh, yeah. At that wedding dinner, she's like, I feel stupid because I love this man so much. Now, my cynical ass said, I love this man. So, are you talking about West? Are you talking about West?
Rude.
You did not name names, Missy. You just said, I love this man so much.
I made note of Amanda's general countenance through this whole thing, too, where she comes in and she's like, hello, Kyle. Hello, Kyle. Hello.
Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Fuck off.
What are you trying to do? Because she's like, well, you know, we really promised that we wouldn't make everybody uncomfortable. Well, you're failing because I'm wildly uncomfortable, ma'am.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you know, Jeff and I,
right out of the gate there, buddy.
So Jeff and I, we are on season 5 of Vanderpump Rules, and that's 2016, and so that is when Twitter was kind of like reaching its really like zenith, and so much of the drama, I'm doing air quotes, takes place online. But they're still trying to pretend that that doesn't exist. And so that's also a blind spot that we have. And so I don't know which is better. Them pretending that they live in this bubble and that this is the only interactions that they have and they're not, you know, interacting like celebrities on Twitter, or having all of the info that we have about these people and trying to ignore that info to stay in the moment. Neither one of those paradigms work. And I don't know what the answer is. Give me, if I had $1 million and y'all give me an advance on how to write a spec script, I would do it. Hello, looking at you, Bravo. But I don't know how to solve that. And I
don't either, but which is why I think that they need to pivot.
Yes.
Something that's not scandal based. You know, show us something that's not necessarily dating or marriage relationship based.
Here's the question.
Like, okay, it's just Lindsay going out on, you know, like Bumble dates. It's, you know.
I would watch the fuck out of that show, Emilie.
Right? Absolutely. Or it's, you know, Georgina continuing to let her kids, you know, parent themselves in the wild.
Like dye their penis blue or whatever the fuck they were doing.
12 hours a day of how she parents these like maniac toddlers.
Look, I have a question.
Medical practice at the same time. Like, that's impressive.
Do you think we would still have these same complaints if we did not have all of this Summer House drama overshadowing? Like, would we find this show more interesting if we didn't have it?
I would still be bored and still feel like it was too choppy. Like,
oh my God,
I don't feel like you get enough information or details on like all of, you know, the people that are on here. It's too many people. It's too shallow. It's not like going.
Yes, it is so surface level
of these people. You know, I mean,
so let's talk about the dinner a little bit. And, you know, we are channeling our good friend, our puppet queen, Mike. There's a couple of things I want to check in with you about. Number one, Danielle wearing a quote white dress. She sent Yvonne a picture of the exact dress she's wearing. Now, because we're watching it on screen, obviously, duh, we weren't there, it does look white. But in the picture she sent, Yvonne thumbs up it and was like, "This looks stunning, do it." And now for her to come to this dinner and make this huge deal about it rings so false.
Yeah.
And it rings like, "What are you doing? Why are you don't bamboozle us.
Right.
We're not stupid."
Right.
So, and listen, I want to admit, it's just me, you, and the chickens right now. I accidentally wore white to a wedding one time.
Sundi
I know.
not believe you.
I know. I was double booked and I had a wedding. The wedding was like early afternoon and then later in the evening was a white party. Like, what's a girl to do? What is a girl to do?
Where's your dress
So
bag for later?
fair enough. But I wore I had a white halter top and white pants. So I wore pants. It was a white top and white pants. And I did not go to the reception. I only went to the ceremony.
Oh, good. You only went to the place where you didn't mistaken for the bride.
And also, in my defense, I was not friends with the bride. I was friends with the groom.
Well,
Does that make it worse or better?
You definitely weren't becoming friends with the bride.
So I'm making it worse for myself at this point. Okay, I wish I could take that story back. I'm so sorry.
So etiquette rules, what I have always heard, been taught, whatever, is you cannot wear white, off-white, ecru, like anything in that sort of general range. You should avoid that at a wedding party. And anything really that comes across as too bridal or too
Mm-hmm.
To me, a nude pale pink, which is kind of what that dress looked like, that reads like possible bridal. One of my sisters wore a dress that was pale pink to her wedding. I mean, her wedding dress was very pale pink.
Uh-huh.
Now, my other sister and I, we wore like kind of champagne colored dresses because that's what she wanted us to wear as the bridesmaids. But, unless the bride is specifying she wants you in like a really pale color, I always that's why black dresses are so, eponymous for like all these weddings. Did I use that word correctly? Eponymous?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. You undercut your own self though by asking. I was like, "Oh yeah, girl. Okay, eponymous. I see you." And then you're like, "Oh my god, is that right?"
Wait, was that well? Look, I've been drinking over here for hours today because
okay,
my Pimm's cups for Wimbledon
because of Wimbledon.
Fine, damn Wimbledon. And then I was like waiting for you for a while.
I know I'm the worst, but so I only wore white to my first wedding. The other two, I mixed it up a little. That's what it does.
I have several friends who, for their first marriage, did not wear white. Because one friend of mine wore a gorgeous, I'm pretty sure it was like a Vera Wang, pale, silvery gray silk wedding dress. It was gorgeous, But she was like, I just liked this. It was different. I didn't want something like white.
But what about her sending the picture ahead of time?
Yeah, exactly. Look, I mean,
it's not okay. I'm on Danielle. And, I don't even care for Danielle in this way, but I felt like this is manufactured. Like, shut up. And
again, I'm on the fence. Like, if I were the bride, if I were Yvonne and you sent me, not being super close friends with Danielle, and if she sends me this dress, like, is this okay? Like, I probably would feel like I had to just be like, sure, yeah.
That's a good point.
If it was you or if it was like one of my sisters,
I would never.
I'd be like, what up? Who's marrying this guy, me or you?
Yeah.
Like, I would make a joke out of it and kind of like point it out. Or
you get the straight mouth emoji. That's where you're like, with the straight mouth emoji.
Do you have anything that's less, here comes the double bride, like polygamy,
sister wives.
Sister wives. But they're not that close. So, but Yvonne, you could have just played it off cool the second she walked in and everybody starts going, let me clutch my pearls. She's wearing a white dress. Yvonne could have been like, it's pale pink. I okayed it. Whatever.
Yeah, but she weaponized it too because she was like, ooh, yeah, not wearing white. And then, look, Danielle, I'd have done the same thing. I'm like, bitch, are you talking to me? I'd have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing. But, sometimes I'm a little hot-headed.
I think Danielle should just pass on the dress anyway because I just don't think it was flattering.
It would look like a bridesmaid dress. It looks like she got it from David's Bridal, and it was off the rack, and she didn't have it fitted. She shouldn't have it tailored. That's what it looked like to me. So she's losing on both points. What did you make of Yvonne's dress? It was given real doily to me.
Oh, I loved it. See, I
You
thought she
did.
was great. Yeah, she's got a really cute little figure, pre-pregnancy and this, so she's really like working out. Poor Yvonne. I do have to say, in her confessionals, you can tell once she's pregnant because she is all tits and face. Like,
Oh, I haven't even noticed. I haven't even paying that close of attention to this. Oh my God, I know. I'm terrible.
Every pregnant woman gains it in different places. Some people get big asses. I was very much a tits and face pregnancy, so I can't hone in on
I
that.
was pregnant in my face and my butt.
Mine was never my butt, but man, my knockers were humongous, and definitely, like, looking back, I thought my face was still looking good, and then I was like, oh no, except there were 7 chins.
Girl. Yeah. Well, you ever go back and look at pictures of yourself like 2 hours after you gave birth? You know what I mean? Like where you're holding your baby and you're like, who is that moon face woman? Like that is wild work. Because all the fluid that they give you, I was like, ooh, yike.
Wow.
And then when I had Nolan, I was 19.
Transfusions too after hours.
Oh, yes. Well, I was 19 when I had Nolan, and my eyebrows were still in their full glory. I looked like Corey fucking Feldman giving birth. So.
Yeah, but definitely check out her confessionals where she's wearing sort of a lighter colored outfit. It's very cleavagey, and good for you. All right, you're obviously pregnant and enjoying those big tits.
I did enjoy too, though, whenever this incident popped off, how everybody was just reacting. Like Amanda literally put her napkin on her head. Andre is hiding behind Lexi because everybody is horrified. And this is another thing too, this is why it doesn't feel so real. Because 1 minute they're laughing with each other, the next minute they're all horrified, and it's like it's like a one act play that they're putting on. And it's like, what do you want us to believe? That y'all are all kikiing at a friend's wedding, or y'all are all at each other's throats? Like it didn't ring true to me.
That's why I had the question. Okay, so do these people, are they just so shit-faced that they can't, like, maintain a track, or whatever, and they just default back to let's just, like, fight about and throw all of our dirty laundry out in the middle of Yvonne's 10,000 people?
And she's like, ding, 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 pay attention to me, motherfuckers, please.
Now, that being said, I had sympathy so I liked Yvonne's outfit. I thought she looked really pretty. I thought Nick looked really handsome too. I thought they looked like a great little, like, wedding couple.
He always needs a haircut though.
I don't know. I don't mind that.
No, I don't mind a long hair, but his always looks floppy. Like he needs to clean his kitchen up back here. Like he needs to, you know what I mean? Like line it up a little bit.
I didn't mind it, but I did not care for all the pointed comments that she kept making. Oh, thank you for recognizing I'm the bride. Okay,
yeah,
get it. You're put out. Your friends are being.
You're making it weird,
but like you could be graceful. So this is where I'm going to channel my inner Micah. Okay, except I don't.
Okay,
because but
because you're puppets.
Yeah, but Ladies of London, no puppets.
And if you guys are missing Ladies of London, go back and listen to Emilie and I's coverage. We had so much fun doing it, and I swear to God, if Margot ruins this shit for us, I will burn it down.
Ladies of London was
so
delight,
fun.
And our podcast was like a double delight.
It was fun.
But so, I did not appreciate her not being my thing when I'm a hostess is I always try my best to be gracious to everyone, like no matter what, like make people comfortable, make people feel at ease. That to me is the mark of true hospitality. Yeah. And she was not showing that at all. She was very butthurt that they had the nerve to just, be like, act like stupid drunk children, and she was going to let them know at every opportunity. Like maybe make one comment, but then, okay, let it drop, But as far as fashion goes, Whitney apparently has the same hairstylist that Trashmanda had on the reunion. If I start seeing this fucking dumb ass half pulled through pony bun,
I don't mind it. I didn't mind the fuck ass bun.
I am going to lose. I'm probably going to lose it. Okay. Like, I do not want to start seeing this anywhere. Lindsay,
This
her
asymmetrical situation, I don't know.
I did not love, like, the dress necessarily. Her hair and makeup is pretty, but also, Lindsay, this is too much filler,
It's
okay?
too much filler, especially when she gets upset.
It's aging,
And
honestly.
yes, and she gets upset and like Amanda's consoling her or whatever the fuck that was. But her face does not
It does
fall,
what it's supposed to do.
and so it looks contorted. And you're right, it absolutely ages her. She is younger. She is what? I think she's maybe 38, 39, maybe.
Yeah.
And here's what too is, and this is what for both of us, you and I have both, we've done some cosmetic stuff.
It is
What I think,
mid to late 40s for
but
face.
I think what's happening
Because
is,
of it looks like I'm a well-maintained mid to late 40s woman. It doesn't look like I'm in my 30s and just, like, touching up my Botox, like
but I think what's happening is she is not letting it settle in between sessions. And that's what's making
I
it
don't
look
think
so
that's it.
strained.
I
No?
don't think that's it. You've said that multiple times, and I thought that maybe you were right, but what I think it is, and I can't think of the word for it now, but basically it's
Because of Pim's cups.
yeah, whatever. But it's basically this sort of like drift theory, basically, where you stop
Oh.
you stop recognizing what your face is supposed to look like the more you tweak things. So you
Oh.
drift away from your original look.
Dysmorphia, like a face dysmorphia
Yes.
situation.
Yes. And I think that that's what's happening to her is that the second she sees a wrinkle or her upper
Mm.
lip isn't as full as her bottom lip or whatever, she's like, okay, just put it in. Either that or she's just scheduling an appointment at whatever time in the future her injector says. Because, they'll
Mhm.
say, like, okay, here's your Botox. You should be back in 3 months. Well, no, my body metabolizes it differently.
Yeah.
I'll come back when I'm needed, kind of thing. So either
I
she's going back too frequently because of, like, appointment scheduling, or she has drifted away from what she actually looks like, and she's not you gotta rein that shit. You've gotta be
yes.
judicial with the fillers and the toxes.
And I've said this to you many, many times in our real life, but I think I have like the opposite of whatever like body dysmorphia is. Like when I look in the mirror, I think that I am just like much thinner and I'm a much more petite woman. Like, my hair is much more like in control and like my face is much more. And so,
Different pathology. We'll get to that another day.
and so I think you are absolutely right that Lindsay cannot see her face like we're seeing it. And I wonder if when she watches the season back, if she is going to be like, oh shit, this is what I look like. But like on the reunion, she was on the bubble with that summer house
Was
reunion.
on the bubble, and I was
Hmm.
like, "Okay, all right, we're a little tight," but I bought into your theory at that time, and I think they
Hmm.
were correct back then when
Yeah.
that has been, like, a little bit of time has passed between that and, filming and stuff, but, like, I don't know. I
Why do you think she got so upset at this dinner? What was happening? Well, you couldn't really tell her face with her face, but like, well, yes, of course, but that just
I mean, they
opens the
did
door, right? That unlocks the thing.
a
Like,
lot at this wedding dinner. You didn't see them keep bringing, like or you may have missed they kept bringing trays and shots.
I know, but I'm saying like something was bubbling up for her. And maybe it was because the talks that she had with Kenny, because there was a couple of things where she was like, my mom constantly told me how we ruined her life. Like something was bubbling up that she couldn't articulate. And when she was pouring champagne on it, it became more and more and more acute. And like she just could not get her shit together.
I think she's just got some unprocessed shit, like, that like, going back to what you said earlier, her calling Carl breaking up with her, abandoning her
Hmm.
calling her baby daddy breaking up with her, abandoning her. She's got these abandonment feelings that I just think she hasn't truly processed through, like, what was your actual role in all the situations? And also, like, this is just a thing that happens, like, so my very best friend from college, Nancy, I've, talked about her a ton.
Hey, Nancy.
Yeah. What up? She said to me one time when I had a breakup and I was just, all in the tears and stuff. And she was like, look, he's a great guy and you're a great girl, but not every great guy and every great girl is great together. And I'm
That's
like,
smart.
that's smart.
Nancy, you're smart.
It's so smart, and I've carried that with me, like, at times where I've been like, "Oh, why doesn't this situation feel right? Like, what's this, like, weird gut instinct? Because this guy's so great." I think back on that. Okay, but not every great guy is great for a great girl, like every great girl. And I think Lindsay has not quite mastered like dealing with that. And so she's just living in her, everybody abandons me and poor me. And I think that that's bleeding out into these other relationships. And I think Danielle is pretty fucking annoying. And Trashmanda is super fucking annoying. And these are two of Lindsay's supposed best friends. And so, and quite honestly, Yvonne, it's her night and she's kind of annoying. I think Lindsay has some sucky friends.
Yeah.
That like all of her unresolved shit is just sort of like, yeah, the champagne is loosening it up and she's
I think that's
put it all out.
I think you're onto something too. And I know we keep saying like what show we would watch, but I really think that the Georgina, Lindsay, maybe even Amanda of it all, because Georgina announcing at the table that both Yvonne and Lexi are ovulating is fucking comedy gold. Like that made me laugh out loud. I was like, oh my God, how does this bitch know this?
I laughed at that too. Look, the tall man was upstairs. I was watching it up on like our middle level, like in the den, and he was just upstairs in our bedroom, so he could kind of hear a little bit. And he said, I was like, oh, well, since you listened, do you want to jump in on the podcast tonight? And he was like, I wasn't
I
really
love it so
other
much.
than just hearing, he goes, I just loved hearing you giggle at it. And I was thinking, what did these assholes do that made me giggle? And then I remembered it was definitely Georgina, which she looks great, by the way. I love that on her. I thought,
and the high neck.
High neck.
Oh my God.
Love the halter.
I do too. I love a halter. I love a high neck. She looks so great. I would like to consult her what kind of bra situation as a, excuse me, late 30s, early 40s woman with a heavy bosom. I would like to check in with her about what we're doing for
those fake tits, so she doesn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, but I mean, they must be fairly new. You know what I mean? Like, because I also have fake tits, and I'm at 40s. I'm sorry, what?
I'm just kidding.
Get out. Fired again. Double fired.
Every week I get fired, you guys.
I know. Every week. This is it. She's on thin ice, y'all. I do want to talk a little bit more, though, about the fashion. Kaya.
Random ass couple at the end of the
I don't know. I wrote that. There was like 7 random people. I was like, who are these fuckers? And how much got left on the cutting room floor? Did they not say a word all night? Or did Bravo say, fuck you, we don't care about you?
All of them. It was just that woman looking very uncomfortable.
And there was a man with some highlights.
Yeah. Like, yeah. It was,
I want to talk about the men's fashion really quick before we wrap up, because we're getting at the end.
The fuck was Kenny wearing around his neck?
I wrote the same thing. Kenny's dumb angular tie, and then he took the jacket off, and so the proportions were super weird, and he was like a cross between like a bolo tie and a space alien. Sir, Whitney, why are you not intervening on this? Aren't you a model?
It looked like Christmas ribbon. You know how you do like a loop and you put like a sticker on it, like at the department store?
That's right. Like an AIDS awareness ribbon or something.
Yeah, that's exactly. It was just the tails of like an AIDS awareness ribbon around his neck.
How do you feel about a jaunty jacket with Kyle? I'm on board with it. I love it. You know how I am.
Right. So I loved it. I was like, yes, I love this bee tapestry, until I realized it was not a jaunty jacket. That whole fucking tuxedo, the pants were bee tapestry too. And sir,
what is bee tapestry?
I mean, that's what they were. It was bees.
It was bees, like as in honeybees, as in like buzz?
Like Gucci bees is what it looked like to me. Like,
hold while Sundi Googles Gucci bees. I don't know what the a Gucci bee is. Listen, y'all, I done told y'all I'm Ellie Mae, but I just didn't know. I didn't clock. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So was it Gucci then?
I don't know. It didn't look exactly the same, but I didn't get, if I had seen it in person, I might could have made
I
it.
didn't realize it was bees. I just thought it was like a fun little. Okay,
No,
well,
but I love a fun jacket, and I love a fun tuxedo too, but, like, I prefer a solid black pant with a fun jacket.
yeah.
The overall print, when I saw him walking down the stairs and I realized the pants were in that too, I was like, "Ooh,
Mhm.
too much. No."
Yeah,
Other than that.
yeah. Carla loves a fun jacket. She loves it. Like to the wedding, she wore like a velvet jacket. Like she loves a fun jacket.
She's the queen of jackets.
Yeah. So we're gonna save Amanda's dress for last because she was really channeling Death
Trash
Becomes Her.
trash man
Here, yeah.
wearing her black, hefty trash bag,
But
something over, like, a bodysuit situation that was
but it was
legged.
it was a split. There was a split situation. Like so, it was also a halter, but like not like Georgina's. And it had
You remember dumbass Margot in Ladies of London? Would
yes,
always
I
wear
remember.
thong bodysuits with low-rise pants.
Oof.
Remember that look that she kept trying to make happen? Stop trying to make fetch happen, Margot, okay? It's not happening. Um, that is what Amanda's dress looked like to me. It looks like a thong bodysuit with a low-rise skirt. It looks like it's 2 pieces from that picture that I sent to you.
So what was it, like a clip-on skirt, or was it a bodysuit with a clip-on skirt? Like,
I don't know.
or
It's like
I know, I see. And if you guys are watching, yeah, but her whole thigh was out, like her thigh and like side booty was out, and she's a thin woman, and so
Alright, so if you can look at this, do you see that line
at
there?
the bottom. So
What?
was it pants? Was it like down low like this?
That's what it looks like to me. It looks like she is wearing, like, a high-legged bodysuit with some sort of a skirt on top of it. Now, it's probably a dress built to look like a two-piece, like with
Yeah.
dresses that are like that, where, like, the top is solid black, the bottom is like a
Mhm.
pattern, whatever, so it almost looks like it could be a top and a full skirt kinda thing.
I mean, it kinda like
But ma'am, do not show up, even if this is their 87th wedding, thing that they're having. Don't show up with half of your ass just hanging out.
I mean, at least it wasn't white or, quote, "pale pink." But I think, though, for the young thins, I think a bodysuit with either a clip-on skirt or, like, a breakaway skirt, I think that is the hot thing right now. We saw it on Ladies of London, which they weren't really the youngs, but I've seen it many, many times on Love Island. I think maybe is I I
I guess
think
it's my Southern grandma inside of me, but I am clutching
I
my pearls over that.
I didn't care for it either. My mom would be like, "Girl, go put on a slip. Your booty's showing."
And this coming from the woman who, when I was in my young 20s living in New York, I bought an actual slip, like a mini, 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 mini skirt at a
Oh,
thrift store, an actual slip. It was 13 inches long, y'all. I saw it
girl.
somewhere. It fits around one of my thighs now.
I miss the early 2000s.
I wore that and a white button down with a black bra underneath it with only one button done because I had
Mhm.
those nice young big tits.
That's right.
And my friends still give me shit about the slip skirt because I brought that outfit from in New York. It was like, hell yes, but for going out at night, obviously, not for like wearing to the office. But like, I brought that outfit down to Seaside, Florida for a girls' trip.
30A. 30A wasn't ready.
30A back in the early aughts was not ready for a black slip skirt, black bra situation. And my friends in all of their Lily Pulitzer glory were
Oh
like,
god,
"What
shut
are
up.
you wearing?" And we still laugh about it though.
One of my very favorite like go-to outfits in those early days was it looked like a camisole. It was a silk it was like a very silk camisole. No bra because these boobs were brand new.
Right?
And then like a boxy velvet blazer because we were all like half sluts and half office sirens. And I would
The
wear.
amount of office wear blazers that we wore out to clubs should really be studied.
So, and so, and forget it if you're eating dinner and you like lean over to eat your soup, your tits just flop right out. Like it was, it was the Wild West in those early days, y'all. It was the Wild West.
Yeah. Like, and so I'm saying this just to say, I am not opposed to some edgy fashion. Like I am here.
It's got to be flattering though.
But it has to like make sense. Like this, like at least what I was wearing, with like the slip skirt, the bra situation, it may not have been like situation appropriate for Seaside, Florida, but I looked fucking hot with those long ass skinny young legs,
I would so much like to look to the past to see what was appropriate for Seaside, Florida in like the 20s.
Pull it up. Like if I saw her in the restaurant, I would want to be like, ma'am, look, like my youngest son, when he jumps into the pool like 3 times, I have to be like, crack kills,
well,
to pull the.
In my house, it's mind the gap. That's at my house. So this is another thing too that before we wrap up, because we're sort of at the end here, but this is what was really kind of giving me like false vibes to how they would fight, and they would make jokes, and how Kyle made a joke about how they were talking about boys' night and boys with a Z. It was like boys' night, and like if y'all are full on in a Dukes Up shouting match,
bees on his jacket. Now I'm wondering if he was going boys, buzz.
Nobody's making jokes like this, but I really, really, really like when Lindsay broke the fourth wall. She was like, yeah, y'all are the reason I'm on this show, or something. And I like that too. We're in a post-truth situation, put my professor hat on. We're in a post-truth situation where we know that it's well produced. They know that we know. Can we all just get on board and just acknowledge that we know that y'all are on a fucking show?
So you saying that makes me remember that you missed the last 5 minutes.
I did miss the last 5 minutes. What do I need to know?
So Lindsay, the comment about being on the show was something about why is Owen on the show? And Danielle is like, because I brought him here because that's where Lindsay goes, and why the fuck are you on the show?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's bad blood. Ooh, that is bad blood.
It was a real like, what?
I would not want to meet Lindsay Hubbard in a fucking dark alley after a few tequila sodas. Like I mean, I can hold my own, but I couldn't hold my own with her.
Why are you on this fucking show? Is what she said to Danielle. I wrote down, like, oh, gauntlet thrown. And that's when Danielle and Owen were like, we're out of here. And they walked.
So I missed the storm out. I missed that storm out
really
too.
Left, or if they just went to the bar, like what? But
what?
That's what happened right before Kenny. Yeah, and so it's like, why are you on this fucking show? And then in 0.5 seconds, Kenny's like, hey guys, so we thought a little kumbaya would be in order. Like, let's all go to Connecticut.
Not Connecticut.
For Waspy, for Friendsgiving. I mean,
Connecticut's not real. You can't convince me that Connecticut or New Hampshire is real. Maybe Rhode Island, maybe made up. All of those, no, they're not real.
Connecticut and Friendsgiving in one thing. So
I mean, they're going to be eating potato salad with raisins. Okay, like I can't with these motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. What did I miss from scenes from next? Anything juicy?
They go to Connecticut. It's basically
that might be interesting. Like I'm here for it because we're gonna ride. We're riding the train.
Like it looks like they rent a house. It almost reminds me of like a summer house type of house. It looks like, kind of but more, more Martha Stewart-y, like in the woods, kind of in the woods situation.
So speaking of summer house, I don't know if it was you or Jeff that sent me this thing about the cast that's been confirmed. Is this true? So
Amanda is out.
Yeah, Amanda's out, but it's Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
No, KJ.
No, KJ and Dara will not be back.
Yeah, Carl. Tell me, you remind me, because it was really quick, because you sent it to me, but it just that doesn't seem real. It's Ciara. Lindsay's not going to be full time. She's going to be like dropping in and out like she did last time because of Gemma.
Yeah, so there's going to be new people that we don't know yet.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 new people. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So, like, okay, here we go. Da, 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 da. Okay, so Kyle, Carl, Jesse, Mia, Bailey will be full time in the house. Bailey, that's interesting.
Mia, I love it. I
I
love
love
a Mia.
All right, Lindsay will be in and out
Yeah.
last year, but full time, which I think to me just says because she was just out in Cannes this week. So, like,
That means
I
she's
think
getting paid. I mean, she's getting paid for a full-time situation. That also that
Sierra appearances throughout. KJ has decided not to return, but
that's best.
possible he can film a scene or two. Dara was only part of the show because of KJ, so she's out. Ben was not asked back as
Yeah,
he didn't
boring.
quite gel with the cast. Whoever this is,
Oh,
says, I'm
shit.
hearing girls, Jamie and Jolie, another girl, a friend of Mia's, and then 2 or 3 guys connected to Jesse, Carl, and Kyle. That's
Okay.
the that I
So
got.
what that sounds like to me is that they are putting In the City completely on the back burner. But, like, how do you do a summer house show with 45-year-olds?
Well, that's a good question.
I mean, Sierra's young, Mia's young, Bailey's very young. She's the youngest of them all.
Jesse? He's young, right?
I wanna say early 30s,
Okay, so
right?
if we're bringing in some of Mia's friends, those
Because
are
she's mid-30s, yeah?
probably a little on the younger. And then if these, like, 2 or 3 guys connected to Jesse, Carl, and Kyle, I don't that could really be anything. But, Carl and Kyle, I mean, honestly, their bodies might be one age, but emotionally, like, they're, like, 15 to 20.
I know, but
So
what does a share house look like with a bunch of 45-year-old men?
a bunch of 25-year-old women coming over? I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying, can you imagine if they did a show about us doing a summer house? We'd be like, oh, God. Oh, I mean, I need to put some sunscreen on. Oh, no, I need to, it's too late for me. It's too late for me to drink coffee. I can't have an espresso martini. It's too late for me.
I'd be like, "Hold on, let me go put my shoulder rub
Yes.
on and
Yeah, I'd be like, oh,
in and my
it's my tiger mom.
and my progesterone so that I can
What is that? I gotta have my estradiol. What do y'all do?
hold on, let me put my, like, colostrum and,
Mhm.
and
Yeah. Be like
collagens and everything that I stirred in
my one piece from, like, my chin down to my knees.
my LED mask and stuff.
That's
That's
Listen, Shep spent the night last night, and he came into my room, and I had my LED mask on, and he was asleep. He woke up scared to death. He was like, because an LED mask. He was so scared. I was like, "No, it's just me. It's just me. It's just me."
I mean, you do look a little alien-esque when you put this.
Yeah, dude, and it's red. It was dark. Oh, all right, bridge and tunnel, big golden apple. Who is your bridge and tunnel?
Let me see. I actually made notes on it this time.
Okay, give it.
But I don't know if I still agree with it. Oh, yeah, I do still agree. Gavin. Yeah,
That's mine too.
kicking pot stirrer, little squatty ass. You know what it is? He has short man syndrome. All right. He's very intimidated because
And he's in love with Kenny.
I know you love a pocket sized boyfriend.
Not this one.
He is no.
You're right. Not this one.
Was he yours too?
He was, but I had a runner up in case because I had a feeling.
Well, it's so easy. There's so many runners up.
Yeah, Yvonne. Because I will say this too. I know that it was her day, but and maybe because we're just like inherently Southern and hospitable, but like the way in which she did not like smooth this over and just like offer it with grace. She could have stepped in and that whole dinner would have been very different. She could have intervened in a way. So
graciously accepted that her friends are assholes, made one joke or about it and moved on.
Mm-hmm. Instead of being passive aggressive about it.
Every opportunity to make everyone feel awkward, which I mean, they should have felt awkward because they were being kind of jackasses, but you could have been more gracious about it. So yeah.
I have a very controversial big golden apple.
Me too. You want to say it at the same time? I wonder.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Kenny.
Oh!
Yes. I knew it. I like the way that he connected with Lindsay. I like how they found this common ground. I like the braids aside.
Oh god, the braids were bad. The braids really almost pushed him back to Bridgerton territory.
But I think I don't know. Maybe if we can like separate him from the guys and the machismo of it all and the masculine performance, if we can just get him with a woman like Lindsay who
Other
is
than
very
Whitney?
commanding. I think Whitney's too young for him. I think she's just gonna get bossed around and
Yeah, he's too domineering with her, I
yeah.
feel like. Yeah, like, I think in a situation with a woman like Lindsay, who is
Mhm.
not going to be run over by any man.
And he feels she's
Eh,
more on his level.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, now that being said, I am not a Kenny fan.
Mm-mm.
Just because you got the big golden
Disclaimer.
apple this week, sir, does not mean that I don't still think you are pretty much mostly a pile of shit. However, I'm going to give you a little bit of grace here. I'm gonna
Okay.
give you the opportunity for redemption arc here.
So, we do have some big
Also
fun
with this, like, Friendsgiving in Connecticut situation too, which sounds
sir, you
comedy
are
to me, so thank you.
there are too many people of color on this cast for them to be doing fucking Friendsgiving in Connecticut, okay? Like, I just you know what? Like, whatever. But I do want to pimp our mini mega crossover this week because if you guys have listened, I don't know if y'all have heard this yet, but the Workish twins are doing a bridge. Stassi is doing a bridge between Vanderpump Rules and Summer House. So we are going to watch the Vanderpump Rules episodes. We're going to watch the very first season 1, episode 1. I don't know if Emily's going to be okay with the Carl of it all in season 1, episode 1.
I've actually been, like, preparing myself for it.
It's
I've been trying
tough.
to heal myself up for it because I know he was a real POS back
And he looks very different. I mean, obviously, it was 10
then.
years ago. Kyle looks the exact same. But we are going to talk about that, plus some other things, what we've been watching, what we're doing. So I'm really excited about that. Please find us on Take a Pinot Pod at Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you have any beef with Emily, don't send it to her because she doesn't check. Send it all to Jeff. He is he is our point of contact. But also to please review us and rate us. That is how we get seen, how other people can kind of like figure out what we're doing. And because we are a goddamn delight. So review us and rate us and make sure you are coming back because we have a lot more. McBee Dynasty, me and Nolan are real sloppy. It's a real sloppy show, but we do that. And then Emily and I are obviously in talks to do some Real Housewives stuff. Like, I'm so fucking excited. Let's talk
You're
more
gonna
about
get
that.
fired first, you guys. You're gonna hear some little
You're already fired. You're always fired. All right. Bye, y'all.
right, bye.